Welcome to Math Made Easy. Today, we've got a genuine historical mystery for you, one that connects some of the most brilliant mathematical minds in a way you would never, ever expect.
Okay, so take a look at this list. A planet hunter, a financial pioneer, a revolutionary educator, and a Holocaust survivor. At first glance, they seem to have absolutely nothing in common, right? I mean, these are four brilliant minds separated by time, by their circumstances, even by their own fame. But there is a single, almost unbelievable thread that connects them all. And in this explainer, we are going to unravel that thread. So first, let's meet our cast of characters.
First up, we have Urbain Le Verrier. Now, this guy was a titan of 19th century French astronomy. We're talking about a man so confident in his math that he could actually predict the existence and the exact location of an entire planet without ever even looking through a telescope.
Next, meet Louis Bachelier. Way back in 1900, he laid the mathematical groundwork for what would eventually become the modern financial world. The problem was, his genius was so far ahead of its time that his work was almost completely ignored, and he had to fight for recognition his entire life.
Then there's Mary Everest Boole, a self-taught mathematician in an era when women were literally barred from going to universities. She came up with these incredible, revolutionary ideas about math education, believing that kids should learn through their own curiosity and play, an approach we're honestly still rediscovering today.
And finally, Horst Tietz, a German mathematician whose studies were brutally cut short by the rise of the Nazi Party. His story, it's one of unimaginable hardship, but it's also a story of incredible resilience and an unbreakable spirit completely dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge.
So there you have it, the celebrated astronomer, the overlooked genius, the progressive educator, and the resilient survivor. What in the world could possibly link these four incredible stories? Let's dig a little deeper into their lives and see if we can find the clue.
To really find the connection, we have to understand the lives behind the names. And each story is its own powerful drama, a mix of unbelievable triumph and, in some cases, profound tragedy.
This right here, this quote captures the moment of Le Verrier's absolute triumph. It's from a letter sent by the astronomer Johann Galle. He had just pointed his telescope exactly where Le Verrier's math told him to look, and bam, a new planet.
And his process was just brilliant. So he notices that Uranus isn't quite where it should be. He does the math to figure out what unseen thing could be pulling on it, and he tells the astronomers exactly where to point their telescopes. And what happens? They found Neptune that very night. He was an instant celebrity, though famously a very difficult guy. One of his contemporaries actually called him the most detestable man in France.
Now compare Le Verrier's immediate fame to the story of Louis Bachelier. I mean, while Le Verrier was being celebrated all over Europe, Bachelier's groundbreaking 1900 thesis, the theory of speculation, was just dismissed. It modeled what we now call Brownian motion 5 years before Einstein, and yet he was denied a permanent professorship. He was inside the academic system fighting for recognition and was totally overlooked. And for Mary Everest Boole, that system wasn't even an option. As a woman, she couldn't get in, so she was forced to develop her brilliant theories from the outside looking in.
And then the story shifts from a struggle within academia to a literal fight for survival. This quote reveals the incredible bravery of Horst Tietz professors. Even after he was expelled from the university because he was Jewish, they risked everything to let him continue his studies in secret. This timeline it's just staggering. Expelled, arrested, sent to a concentration camp where he lost both of his parents. And yet, through all of that, his drive to learn never, ever broke. I mean, look at that last entry. Just a few months after being liberated from Buchenwald, he was right back at the university, picking up where he left off. That is the definition of resilience.
So, we have triumph, tragedy, obscurity, and just pure perseverance. It almost feels like we're further than ever from finding a connection, doesn't it? Well, now it's time for the reveal.
Take a close look at this table. Le Verrier, Boole, Bachelier, Tietz. The connection has been hiding on the calendar all along. Every single one of them shares the exact same birthday, March 11th. And the coincidence doesn't even stop there. As you can see, other major mathematicians were either born or died on that very same day.
This remarkable coincidence creates what we can kind of call the March 11th Club, this unconscious fellowship of brilliant minds, all connected across the centuries by this one strange quirk of the calendar.
And believe it or not, the club is even bigger than you might think. It goes from Helge von Koch, who gave us that beautiful fractal known as the Koch curve, all the way to Lachlan O'Rafferty, a theoretical physicist whose no-go theorem literally changed particle physics. The connection spans different eras, different nationalities, and completely different fields of study.
So, what do we make of all this? Is it just a strange piece of historical trivia, a fun coincidence, or does this uncanny connection maybe point to something a little deeper about how we see the field of mathematics itself?
I think this matters because it reminds us that mathematics isn't just about abstract logic and cold formulas. It is a deeply human endeavor. Behind every single equation and every theorem, there is a human story, one of struggle, of breakthrough, and a unique moment in time.
This quote is from Louis Richard, another member of our March 11th club who died on that day, and he was the teacher of the legendary, tragic genius Everest Gala. This isn't a formula. It's a mentor, a teacher, recognizing the fire of genius in his young student. It's a human connection, and that is the very thing that drives science forward.
So, this random connection, just a shared date on a calendar, managed to link all of these incredible stories of triumph, tragedy, and perseverance. And it really just leaves us with one final thought. What other secret stories and unseen threads are just waiting out there to be discovered, hiding in plain sight in the annals of history? Thank you for watching Math Made Easy.